the North Carolina, GMS North Carolina 777. Let it burn. I think it's his brother, his close brother. Okay. They're almost like fleshly brothers, but it's not actually Manasseh's Akbar. Okay. But I think they you can mistake them as, you can see that they're brothers. You know, they're almost, you can mistake them as, you know, quite easily. Yeah. You got something?
No, I'm just looking up.
So yeah, so let it burn. When I was watching it, I watched my pastime is meditating terror, man. You know, when I'm letting out my steam, whatever it could be, exercise. I'm meditating terror. It's not just, you know, you got to let out. You got to have you know, you got to have an outlet. So the Most High said, "Go and sit up in the heavens and laugh." Daniel 7:18 says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever, forever and ever, forever and ever and ever." Right, man. What we got some real things to get our mind around, man.
Yeah.
You know, I have not seen, man, ear have not heard the things that the Yahushua has in store for us. I'm going to bring out a couple more and then I'm going to let you come in out. Yeah?
Can't, yeah, it's cool.
Daniel 2 and, let's read off some of these precepts here. Daniel 2 and 44 says, "And in the days of those kings shall Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break pieces and consume all the kingdoms, and it shall stand forever."
That's right.
So this ain't going to be no little, you know, Esau, you got this on lease, man. You understand that word. This is a little lease that you got.
Yep.
You know, a little temporary lease. You know, when you might want a building, you might want to use it for whatever you want to use a building for. You say, right, you're going to have to, you pay a certain amount of money. You can have it for that night, you know what I mean? Or you can have it for a certain amount of weekends. It's an agreement. You got it for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
You paid for that for a month or whatever it may be. You got this kingdom. Yeah, you got it on lease because the whole earth has been given unto the hands of the wicked. Temporarily. This is our kingdom. This is our, as a matter of fact, let me just go to that precept. Let me just go to it. So forever and ever and ever, right? Let's go to the precept in 2nd Ezra's.
I've got a precept for you after as well.
Alright.
It's a long one, so finish what you've got now, I'll bring it out.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 6 and 2nd Ezra 6, first thing we go to break it down 1 or 2 verses out. 2nd Ezra 6 and 8 says, and he said unto me from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first his heel of the heel of Esau.
That's right.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right.
You got your little, you had your fun, man. You had it on lease. You had the kingdom on lease, man. A lot of the gold that you got in the vaults and all the stones you got in your, you know. And I mentioned that some of those houses, right, that were burnt down, right. There's a lot of things in those houses that they had, like for example, when they used to hang us and lynch us, they had postcards.
Yeah.
Circulating among themselves. They circulate those postcards are collectors' art for them.
Yeah.
Of things being, and a lot of the time when they lynched the young man, them, right? They used to take those things and put them in pickle jars.
Yeah.
These people that we don't let me at them, man. Let me for the pound speak of Yahweh Shimon. All those things, right? So when those houses burned down, right? Those people were crying for the things that they got in, like the kind of things that they got in the yard. Abominable things. That what they did to us. That's their history.
It's lucky, if I may say this as well. They even went as far as making furniture out of our flesh. Right. Like making leather chairs and things out of human skin. Yes. Leather shoes out of Jake's flesh.
Yes.
Now, you're not going to see this on the BBC News or Sky News, but you can research it. These things are like collector's items which are sold at certain high-class auction houses, which you're not going to know about unless you're in them circles, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the elites. Those things, like the brother said, they're collector's items.
Yeah.
That's how wicked Esau was, man, making fucking furniture out of Jake's skin.
And I'm going to speak in the spirit. Their monuments are going to start getting burnt down too. Their monuments.
So lucky, forgive me, it's already started. Remember the fire in Notre Dame Cathedral? That was a few years ago. In France, they got the Notre Dame Cathedral. That burnt down.
Yeah. See, because those things are what they hold on high esteem. when their houses burned down, all the gold, again, back to the gold that is ours, Indian, we'll call it Indian gold and Greek gold, that's fucking Yashua Allah's gold, man. It's King Solomon's gold, what you stole out of the temple, fuckers. Motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yep.
So you've got it on lease. We just have to just be, you know, like I say, we take our time with this thing, be patient with this thing. This thing makes you understand that you got forever and ever and ever. When you know you got forever, your Horatas are, yeah, you know, we are those people. Why you wanna? There's a saying, rush, man, rush.
Yeah.
Going nowhere fast.
Yeah, going nowhere very quickly. Yeah.
I remember I used to hear that quite a lot. You know, when I was I used to always want to go out. When I would come home from school, change my clothes quick. I know that I want to get out there with my mates and play out. You know, go and play out.
Yeah.
So my parents used to say, we in a hurry so much fast. They're nobody ain't going nowhere. They're still going to be there.
Yeah.
When you're in a hurry, you know, they might use the word hurry come up.
Yeah.
Benji might say hurry come up. Or going nowhere fast, the EastEnders say. Going nowhere fast, in a hurry to do things.
Yeah.
That's presumptuousness. That's why some people don't stay in this truth. They don't want to wait on the most.
There you go.
They don't want to hold back.
Yeah.
Presumptuous means to run ahead of yourself. That's why we have elders, man.
That's right.
And our elders are the blueprint. I always, you know, I'll talk about the blueprints. They're the blueprints, which they elders had elders above them.
Yeah.
They follow they're in line with them, and the old elders are in line with them. Our role models.
That's
I always knew you always need an elder to be above you. Even from a young age, when I used to get myself in all kind of stupid foolishness,
Yeah.
the most which I thought about this, the most I sent me, I had tutors. I always had tutors, which I could kind of relate to a certain extent. I was brought up well, you know. Most always made me have a tutor that I would kind of have a respect for him.
Yeah. And guide you in
a black guy,
way. Yeah.
you know, that I looked at as an older brother, a father figure, or something.
I've got two quick precepts because you're talking about we're going to have eternity. This is Sirach 1 verse 2. Who can number the sand of the sea and the drops of rain and the days of eternity?
Right.
So imagine that. You can't number the sand and the sea. That's how our days are going to be like. We're going to live forever, and we can't, in this mortal flesh, we can't even comprehend what that will be like.
Yeah. So the Most High gave us the blueprint. The brothers them give us the Most High Yehoshua gave us our lot anyway. That's our lot. Play your position. If you're wicked, you know, this is the deceiver and the deceiver are his anyway. So you're doing that anyway, whether you're aware of it or not. You're wicked and you're coming against GMS. You're doing your so that the Most High don't, because he doesn't like you. That's why you're coming against GMS.
That's
he
right.
doesn't like you. He's put you over there. Bastard. You're a bastard to him. You know, look, if you get kicked out the yard when you're rude-eyed brothers, older brothers, and one of my older brothers is so rude, and he was in trouble in the police station. My mum said, keep him in there, man. It's too much trouble, you know. Keep him in there. I'm not coming to no police station for him. Keep him in there. She, in her emotion, she what's the word, man? Disassociated herself. You understand? When someone's so rude and disrespectful, the only way to deal with them is to just cast them off.
And that's what the Most High did to us.
Yes. On the whole, as us as a people, he cast us off.
Yeah.
And now he's turning back to us again, and because we're sobering up, we're calling upon his name, like I said in Tobit.
Yes.
Tobit 13 and 9, or 9 and 13, what we opened up with, you know. And that's why the Most High gave us these holy days to clean us up.
Yep.
And he let us know who we are, and he let us give up our language. We know our name. Now brothers have their own names.
Yeah. If I may, in the world, there's a saying, like my parents would say to me, you don't know what you've got until it's gone. Us as Israelites, in the beginning, we knew who we were. We knew that we were the Most High's chosen. We took it for granted.
Yeah.
And it's only after the Most High stripped us of all our riches, stripped us from our own land, stripped us from our heritage and our culture, and now we've been put into slavery. We didn't know who we were. We woke up on this side thinking that we're just black people or West Indians. And now we're coming back to our sober-minded state. We appreciate all the things we lost. Our language, our customs, our culture, our land, you know. Even our garments, we wear these garments and like we're coming back to the knowledge of who we are, and we appreciate it 10 times more, because once you lose it, that's when you really think, oh shit man, I really miss it now.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to us.
We're putting our heads down, we're coming down, with we cast off the pride. We put on the sackcloth to humble us, to remind us we're in mourning. We want the Most High Hawaii to take us back. We repented because we understand that we went off and we want mercy. So even if you went off, the Most High, or you went off for whatever reason, there's nothing wrong with repenting.
Yeah.
And you know, for those kind of for mercy, we leave that to the Most High. The Scripture says he shall show mercy to who he shows mercy to. I mean, you could be a bastard, but then back to that what I was saying about growing up with the older brothers. It was rude. He went off and he done something stupid. He ended up in the police station. My mum said and my dad said, let him stay in there for the night.
Learn his lesson.
You know, because you can't just keep on bailing people out. You know, he is a spoiled child anyway.
Yeah.
You know, out of the people, I see he was among spoiled. So he realised he was running out of my parents were running out of patience with him. So they let him suffer, you know, and then eventually, you know, he got back right again, you know?
Yeah.
For a little while, you know, but saying the story with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got a precept for you if you're finished with that.
Just going to end off with this one. Yeah, so Jacob, we're the beginning of this system, yeah? Jump down to 59, it says, for the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? So the world was made for our sakes, man.
That's right.
Back to what I said again. You know, we just have to just be patient with this thing and let Esau have his fun. The elders always used to say to us when we used to get frustrated sometimes at the camp. He used to say to us, I remember, he used to say, let them, you know, it's their kingdom, man.
Yeah.
Let them say what they got to say. It's their kingdom. You know, it's true though. It's their kingdom.
It's their time to shine.
Sometimes you feel like you want to do, you know, just, you know, sometimes it's painful to let people just tread on you, you know, but it's their kingdom. Let them do them. Let them do them. What another precept. They've only got this thing on lease. It's a temporary thing. So we've got another one. I'm going to let you come in now. Yeah.
Fine, yeah. Do you want me to read it for you?
Yeah. Oh no, I've got this one, yeah.
Okay, come.
Hosea 5 and 15 says, and I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early, man. You know? So that's what happened with us, as you were saying. You know, in their affliction, we're seeking him now. We put on the sackcloth, we're in mourning. You understand? We've learned that we went off. And that's a beautiful thing anyway, because that is wisdom anyway. When you recall to mind that you went off, you displeased your Heavenly Father. You know, he said, all right then, you want to do what you got to do? You know? What's that saying, man? There's a saying. If you can't hear, you must feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When words won't teach, adversity
will. And who knows better than that, than the Most High Hawaii himself? Who would know better than that? You know what I mean? And I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense, and they will, you know. People say, I want to go out, I want to be homeless, I want to go and live on the streets. People say that. I've heard a lot of Edomites say that. My growing up, I've been around a lot of fucking Edomites saying, I want to go and sniff glue, man. I want to go and smoke some cigarettes and ting, and I want to go and they want to go and do what they want to do, innit? Until their belly start grumbling. They want to, let me in. You understand what I'm saying? They can't take the pressure, man. A little bit of fucking, you know, the prodigal son. Yep. So I got another one. Give me a hand and I'm gonna let you come in. Can't, enough said. So yeah, what we've got to do now is just sit back, let it burn, man.
Yep, like Usher.
Yeah. Let this thing burn. Let this kingdom burn. It's burning. Right now, the Most High is turning up the heat on these people. when the houses, like I mentioned, the houses over there in California, a lot of those people, right, they had us in, what was this? They had the gold and they had us, especially the native Indians, so-called Latinos and Native American Indians, right? They had us in slavery. Those people there, they had those people in slavery around those areas. That's why a lot of the time the hurricane and the fires hit those places. And there, I was mentioning some of the houses. Them houses there got a lot of fucking old things like collective items or sentimental things in those houses. Yeah. That the Most High saying, you know, they're targets to Yahushua, the angels. They're actually targeting those houses. Those things are a curse to them.
Yeah.
You understand what they used to do to us?
For blood defileth the land. So that land, the whole land of America is cursed now. Esau shed too much blood up in that place. He shed the blood of our southern kingdom, Jakes, and also the northern tribes. So that's why the great judgment's got to go out against America, man. Which is Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Back to it.
Right. So it's a curse. Those places are cursed because scripture talking about in Isaiah 37 or is it 34. He's gonna smite the most Idumea.
Yep.
The people of my curse. Right, now, let me end it off with this precept. There's a one. Second Ezra 7 and 57 says, Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if ye overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. Yeah, this is a battle. Everything's a fucking battle, man. A game, there's a winner and there's a loser. I want to be, Yahuwah, he's called me, I want to be chosen. Because I want to be on the side of the winning team.
Yep.
Yahushua's team has no L's on his record, man.
If I may add to that, that's a great point. And that's why a lot of people won't be in this truth, because they don't want to be with losers. See, in this world, we're out here prophesying in these garments. The whole area, everyone around us, they're looking at us like we're the losers. But if they could see the spiritual significance of what we're doing, they'd realize, hang on a minute, these guys are actually winning. But when Yahushua comes, it's going to be known who the winners are. Then they're going to realize, oh shit, we're the losers because we forsook this truth. If you're the Israelites, if you're of the other nations, then this isn't for you. You're going into slavery anyway. But, you know, we're actually winning right now. This is actually, we're in our victory. We've already overcome in the spirit. In the spirit, Israel has already overcome Esau, and we hope to be of the elect which will receive salvation. Yeah. But it's already been played out in the spiritual realm.
Yeah, Romans chapter 8 and 36 says that we are more than conquerors. As a matter of fact, I can come to that. Let me finish reading that.
Go on.
Just finish reading. It says, Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. But if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. Being called and being chosen. But you've got to endure. Take the L's, just like Yahushua. He took his L's gracefully, yeah, and with courtesy and with dignity. Let's get that precept we mentioned. As what the brother just said.
We've got to show ourselves men in this truth. Yeah. And to be a man means that sometimes you're going to have to take hardship. And losing is sometimes a hardship.
Yeah. That's right. It's a hardship. There's lessons to be learned from taking an L. There's lessons to be learned from it.
Very much so.
You have the right mindset about it. You know, when I used to play squash, they introduced me to it. A lot of guys was into it. They was playing it for years before me. And I was just taking L's and I was taking L's and L's and L's. But all the time I was learning how to play the game, squash, you know. I was learning how you do it, you know. And I was just taking those L's. And at the end of the game, I was going on with L's, but I was coming away with understanding how to play it. I was learning all the time.
May I say that? You said it out of your own mouth. You said I was learning all the time. So really, in a game, any game you're playing, there's going to be a winner and a loser. But the L doesn't have to represent losing. It can represent learning, as the brother just said. You've taken the L's, you learn, then eventually you learn how to play on their level and play better, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got the right mindset.
I became, you know, in the game, I got the respect, man. You know, because even so, I was losing. They respected me the fact that I was losing, and when I was starting to become winning, I didn't, you know, I just said, well, it was only because of you guys, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, you know, for giving me those L's. They, you know, these guys knew, they know, because a lot of them were into a lot of combat sports and all that kind of stuff, you know. So that's the benefits of being taught under a yoke, or being taught by a tutor like Yahushua.
Khan.
He said, through his stripes we are healed.
Yeah.
No matter what we go through, man, we're healed. And he was the example. And they say the best way to teach is by example. Children, I'm visual myself, but children, they learn by what they see more than what they hear.
That's true.
You know, and they respect. You know, that's why Yahushua, he was the best teacher. There's no matter how you cut it or slice it, he was the best teacher. I'm going to end with this one. Romans 8:36 says, as it is written, for thy sakes we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Right, taking L's, man. You know, come off the court. Oh shit, I got beat and I'm tired as well. You feel the pain when you get beat.
Yeah.
A bit more, you go on and you fucking take, you know, but then and a week later, yeah, you're up for it again. And you know, and then you're learning things, because the objective of sport is to get fit. That's the main objective. When you do what you do, the marathon running and stuff like that, the objective is to stay healthy. So I appreciated that side of it, you know. So through Yahushua, it says, we are killed all the day long, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Right, another precept comes to mind after reading that. Through him that loved us, man, we are more than conquerors. Under Yahweh, under the order of Yahweh. Talks about in Psalms 110, the order of Melchizedek, man. I'll let you read this one. So a couple of verses in this. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. Let's go straight to the point. Just 1 and 2 verses here.
Khan.
Chapter 3 and verse 4 and 5.
Right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse, you say 4 and 5?
Yeah.
Right, Wisdom of Solomon 3, starting verse 4. And our name shall be forgotten.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapters 3.
You said that was 2, I was reading 2, it's lucky. Right, 4 and 5, it says, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Right, see, we're punishing the sight of men. This looks like we're losing, as you said. We are kind of taking these L's, man. My back's hurting me when I go home. I'm gonna fix up. I'm gonna take my little herbs, you know, to get me up again, do what I have to do. I want to feel tired after the elders saying they feel tired after camp. You're letting out the energy. Oh yeah, Samson, when he used to take out a lot of people, he most like pour the spirit out on him. Yeah, they used to kill the 1,000 Philistines with a donkey jawbone.
Yeah.
He went home. He went and retreated, and he had to drink a whole heap of water to get the energy back. So we're letting out, even when we get our, we'll get a little W's here and there. We're letting out energy. It's energy that we're giving out.
Yeah.
We're giving our time. We're giving us physical strength, mental strength. You understand? Doing the videos, it's all mental. So, and physical too. Our time, our energy. So we seem to be taking those, and they sometimes they fuck with our channel. Don't know what they're doing.
All the time they fuck with the channel.
See, and so that's. They think that they're getting W's, man.
Yeah.
And we're taking L's. We're not getting those, what them people they get when it goes viral. Some of them niggas, I watch some of them niggas channels, man. There's one guy, all he does is sit there and just imitate people.
Yeah, it's folly.
Right? I said, what? He sits there, he was imitating, what's that guy's name? Young Pharaoh. And he was doing a good job with it. I give him that. And I looked at the video, I said, yeah, this is what they want you to do.
Yeah, to be a fool.
Just sit there and act like a fucking fool. And he's got all the views, you know?
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands. He's sitting there imitating people's downfall.
Yeah. People's
downfall, especially mainly Jake's. So we look like, read that again, Baba Kusha.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 4. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
Yes. So we look like we're losing, but we know through the Spirit, we got a power, man, that is second to none, man.
Yep.
And he gave us the example. We saw what he went through.
Yep.
We respect that. That's why we're following suit. We understand this thing is not a walk in the park. Before we came in, we were told it wasn't going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
We knew it through the Spirit. If we're those men, we knew through the Spirit anyway, man. We knew. A lot of us were suffering from anyway. We were sufferers, innit? We were born for that.
Yeah, as soon as we came out of the room, we was catching hell, most of us.
And I've got stories for another time. Brother's got stories, we've got testimonies, as he says. We've got these testimonies. Yehoshua, they tried to kill the firstborn with Yehoshua.
Yeah, that was in the days of King Herod. They tried to kill all the firstborn children, hoping to kill Yahushua and offset prophecy. But that should show you Esau's carnal, man. Because they think, okay, well, just because I killed this person, I've changed things. No, you ain't changed shit. Even though you killed Yahushua 2,000 years ago, you haven't averted the prophecies. You've only helped to fulfill it.
Yep. I remember waking up on the bottom of a fucking stairway, mate. You think I don't fucking remember these things? Woke up on the bottom. I was young, man. I woke up on the bottom of a stairway. All I remember was a fucking flash. So I know they've been bastards. They tried to kill me. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you understand what I'm saying? Only the Most High knows the full picture of everything. All things are coming back to my memory, man. Trying to get rid of the pretend, we are the hopeful elect.
Yep.
You understand? So they tried to kill Moses too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah?
Again shows the carnality of this guy. And he's doing it right now. Look at the serpent's juice, man. What do you think that's all about?
Talking about fucking, you got to get vaccinated. You got to get the serpent juice, and you got to get the tetanus. Listen, they've been trying to kill us from we came out the womb, as you say, man. And there's a lot brothers have got stories. Brothers have got stories, man. So we know we're sufferers.
Yep.
Yehoshua, but he also gave us that
spirit to endure.
Spirit to endure it, man. Yeah. 5 now. And then
Right, verse 5. It says, "And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself."
He proved us. Yaharatazar, we've been called. Yaharatazar, we get chosen. This is a battle. We ain't in no illusion about this. Yeah? We're at the beginning of the end of the end, man.
That's right.
I'll hand it over to you, bro.
Yeah, just want to add to what you said there. Read this one again. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. "For though, and having been chastised a little, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself." And I want to speak because the brother just said something about, for example, a lot of brothers have had women they've dealt with before they came to this truth. And some of these women have done them dirty, or done us dirty. I've been done dirty myself. And those women looked down on us and thought, well, they're better than us. Well, guess what? If we be of the elect, Lord willing, pertaining to what I just read in Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 5, they may have rejected us, but the Most High found us worthy for himself. So when they see it, they're going to be like, oh, whoa, he's actually one of them. Going into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Let me read that. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, from 5 and 1. "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the faces of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labours. And when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for." So when they see the elect being beamed up in the chariots, or even before that, they see that the beasts of the field are at peace with us. When everybody else is starving, we're laughing. We've got food, we're being taken care of by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or even getting spiritual powers. When they see these things, like they might see a brother that they look down on and he's healing someone, or he's busting heads because he's got strength like Samson or King David, they're going to be like, oh wow, all this is so far beyond all we look for. Because these women of this world, they're very carnal. They're looking at, okay, what job does he do? How much does he earn a year? How much has he got in the bank? Has he got his own house? They're looking at all the carnal things, right? And our salvation is going to be so far beyond all of that carnality. So when they see it, they're going to be troubled with terrible fear, and they're going to be like, whoa, this is so far beyond anything we ever expected. So reading on, it says, "And they, repenting and groaning, for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And it says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. I'm going to read a quick precept to link with that. I've said this before, one of my favourite scriptures. Where are we at? This is Micah chapter 7 verse 10. Now let me start from 9 because this is good. Micah 7 and 9 is the mindset that we should be in right now. It says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him. So we've all sinned and come short of the glory. So we have to bear the indignation of the Lord right now. And that's what we're doing, as the brother was just talking about. All these L's we took is bearing the indignation of Yahweh because we have sinned against him. So I read it again. It says, Micah 7 verse 9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. And he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Now Micah 7 verse 10 says this, and then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Now my eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Yeah, she's going to be trodden down as the mire of the streets because she tried to talk shit, man. And a lot of us brothers can testify to the fact that, you might be with a woman, you try and tell her this truth, and she looks like you've got 4 heads or something. Like you're a demon because you believe in the Bible. Because these women, they believe in the carnality and all the things of the world. So jumping back to Wisdom of Solomon, and it ties with that, it says, Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 6, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. And you know what? It's a desert where there lay no way. Feminism. That's a desert, man. You go into feminism, all you're doing is bringing destruction upon yourself if you're a woman, because you're being taught all of these wayward off doctrines, and that's only destroying you and your household. The brother here just put a video in the chat yesterday about how all these women are lamenting that they can't find a good man.
Oh yeah.
Because men are fed up of dealing with your waste woman asses, man. Because that's what a lot of you are. You're just fucking waste women. Idle. You ain't doing nothing for the Most High. You're doing everything to serve yourself and your own belly, man. You're full of shit, and men are seeing it now. And this is all, again, I keep saying, we're in the time of revelation. Esau's being revealed. The wicked of our people are being revealed, the false prophets. But you women are also being revealed too. And the revelation of you women is that you ain't worth shit, man. You ain't worth a damn, man, because a woman's worth is basically linked with her virginity, Who wants a woman that's been dealing with like 20, 30 men before you get your turn? Nobody wants that, man, and that's off according to the scriptures, because you're not supposed to have diverse seeds in a field, right? And a man carries a seed, and a woman is the field. So if you've got all 20, 30 men running up in you, you've got diverse seeds in there. Yeah. That's why a lot of you women are bugged out, because you're taking on the spirits of all these men that you've dealt with, and you're trying to act like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth and your shit don't stink. Well, guess what? Your shit stinks to high heaven, and the Most High is smelling it, and that's why he's bringing you all down. But not to go too deep onto that, because women are a waste of time, just to edify.
No, you were saying about someone who's had multiple men, right? They called it, Benjamin might say, Yaman left. When when someone's you have your dinner and you don't want to finish, you're fed up with it, you don't like it, you've had enough, give it to it, pass it over to him. You don't know, you just change up 1 or 2 things and you pass it to that person because you didn't want it. You give it to that person like it's a dog, second-hand rubbish. I don't want no Yaman left.
Exactly, and that's a good point. Let's use this analogy. Let's say you go to a restaurant and you order your food, and the waiter goes, okay, we'll bring your food.